In the quiet foothills of the Rockies, just 30 miles west of Denver, a small town thought it was safe. Evergreen, Colorado, a place surrounded by forests where life moved at its own calm rhythm. But on Wednesday afternoon, that calm was shattered. At Evergreen High School, where more than 900 students walked the halls, a gunman opened fire, and this was not a stranger. It was one of their own, a fellow student. It was 12:30 p.m. when shots rang out. Chaos spread both inside the school and outside its doors. Within 5 minutes, officers had found the shooter. No officer fired a single shot, but by then, the damage was done. 2 students were critically wounded, and the gunman had turned the weapon on himself. By nightfall, the sheriff's office confirmed the shooter was dead. At St. Anthony Hospital, doctors worked frantically. 3 teens were rushed in, all listed in critical condition. Hours later, 1 student was finally stabilized. Trauma director Dr. Brian Blackwood said the injuries were no longer life-threatening, but he would not say more for families waiting in fear. Every detail mattered. Nearby, parents gathered at an elementary school, desperate for any word. Wendy Newman was one of them. Her 15-year-old daughter had not answered her phone. Minutes dragged like hours, and then finally, a call, but not from her daughter's number. She just said she was okay, Wendy recalled, tears in her eyes. She could hardly speak. Her daughter had fled the building, running for her life, the weight of that terror still heavy in her voice. "It's super scary," Wendy whispered. "We thought we lived in a bubble here, but no one is immune." Just down the road, 18 students banged on the door of Don Seigan's home. They were terrified, panicked, searching for safety. Don, a retired educator, opened his door and let them in. "I started writing down their names," he said, making sure every parent would know where their child was. His wife, a retired nurse, tended to the teens, treating them for shock, calming their breathing, reminding them they were safe. "I hope they feel like they ran to the right house," Don said softly. For Jefferson County, the tragedy cuts deeper. This is the same county where Columbine happened in 1999, a massacre that left 14 dead and scarred a generation. Decades later, the shadow of that horror still lingers, and now, another community finds itself living through the nightmare. A town built on quiet mountain life, a school filled with young dreams, and a moment that changed everything in an instant.